Hey guys, it's Janice from Ozark Family Homestead, and today Sarah and I are finally getting around to making pesto from the basil that's growing out in our garden. So we're going to take you guys along with us. We'll go out to the garden first and we'll pick the basil, and then we're going to come back inside and we'll make the pesto. We're making salmon tonight for supper, and we'll have pesto on top of the salmon. And we'll just do it all together and see how it goes. So here we go. Okay, this is our basil patch. I'll give you a quick glimpse of the before picture, and then we're going to go through and try to drastically trim it up.
It looks so pretty.
It does look so pretty now, but we need to harvest it. And whatever we don't turn into pesto, we can put in the dehydrator and use it up all winter long. So, okay, we're gonna get picking. Okay, so Sarah is currently apologizing to the basil.
I don't want to destroy it. It looks so pretty. I want to just take the little pieces.
Take little pieces. Well, we're gonna give it a good haircut here. Sorry. You're so pretty.
You don't sound sorry to my
Sarah loves her garden.
Yes.
Okay, do I need to get started on the picking of the pretty plant? Look at her. Oh, she's so brave.
I'm stubborn.
Okay. Now some of it is starting to have, flowers on there. These little tops right here, and we'll pluck those off. You've actually tried dehydrating some of those.
They dehydrate really well.
So we've got some in the dehydrator, and it makes the house smell so good whenever she does dry those out. So we're just going to go through, start picking some and filling up this basket, because what we want to do is we want to make pesto for supper tonight, but we also want to make extra batches to put in the freezer, and that way this winter we can just pull some out and enjoy it as well. So we're going to preserve as much as we can this evening, and then we'll come back and do more batches if Sarah will allow us to pick more of her basil later. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here as far as picking the basil. So I don't know if this will pick up on camera here, but the way the long stem goes down, and then there's spots with different leaves on it. Here's a set. You go down a little bit further, and here's a set with some more leaves. We have so much of this. What I'm doing is I am just choosing a spot where the leaves branch off, and I'm breaking off the whole stem, and the entire upper part here will come off. So we're just basically shaving this bush back so that it's going to have a smaller diameter whenever we're finished. And we're just throwing all those pieces in the basket, and we'll pick the individual leaves off once we get inside the house. We're just trying to make it go quickly while we're outside here in the garden. All right, we've got a pretty good basket full over there, and I think a pretty good trimming. You okay, Sarah?
Found something.
What'd you find? Ah! Is it a praying mantis?
Yeah.
Looky there, he was hiding. I hope it focuses in. Girls, do you want to come see this? What's that? Come see what Sarah found. And there's our little praying mantis friend. There he is. You want to come see?
Where?
You don't see him?
Oh, there he is. He's green on the purple basil. He has to be easy to see.
Yeah, he shows up well on the purple basil. On the green, not so much. He says, I gotta find me a new hiding spot. Okay, I think we're gonna recruit some little girls to help pull some leaves off this basil. What do you think? That should make a decent amount.
I should think.
It'll keep us busy for a little bit at least. Okay, let's head inside. Girls, you come on in with me, and we'll get to work on this.
No, I want to pick up.
You want to jump on the trampoline?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Help on this.
Girl, you're a mess. You're going to have a big bath tonight. Are you a messy girl? Yeah. Okay, got the basil back inside. Bread just came out of the oven. I think we're going to take a break and have some hot bread. What do you think? Good idea? I sent Abigail to go get the boys, and we'll do a snack, and then we'll get to work on the basil. Oh my goodness, guys. This is gonna take a while. Good snack. Okay, so boys have been out there working on a metal shed. We talked about it on the live stream today. We did a live stream earlier today. They've been out there working on the metal shed. I made up, well, some bread. And I've got yogurt back there behind the... Sarah's like, don't put me eating on here. Back behind the basket of basil is some yogurt. So, and now it's time for the basil. Anna is shredding up some Parmesan cheese. This is what's going to go in the pesto. And Sarah has been over here. Anna and, well, the mama helps some too. Going through this basket. What'd you get?
Like that.
It's an okra pod.
Rebecca, it's a rattlesnake.
Ooh.
Rattlesnake. Yeah. Rattlesnake.
It's a rattlesnake. So, okay, now that we have these leaves picked off, we're going to go ahead and rinse this off, drain it well, and we're going to start off just by making one batch that we're going to use for supper. I'm going to put it in the food processor here, and I'll take you along as we do that. And we're going to go ahead and get our salmon going in the oven and let it be cooking while then we go back and work on what we can, the remainder that's in the basket. Okay, I'm going to get ready to make a single batch here in the food processor, and Sarah's getting the salmon ready, and we're going to go ahead and get this batch of pesto going and slathered on top of that salmon and baked so that we can go ahead and eat and then focus on making our mega batches for preserving over the winter. Then we'll work on that. So I want to go over the ingredients that I use and the amounts and all that stuff. I will put this in the description box though as well, so you could just get it from there. And okay, we're going to start off putting these things in the food processor, and what we're going to put in is the basil. 3 cups of basil. It's been rinsed off and drained, so 3 cups of that. The walnuts here, I just get these from As Your Standard. Mine already come in pieces, but there is 1.5 cups here that I will use for this batch. For the garlic, it calls for 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. This is our homegrown garlic, and the cloves are slightly smaller, so I have 5 small cloves from our homegrown garlic here. That will go in there. And then the cheese. There is a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all this in the food processor, and I'm going to whiz it all up together. And then I'm going to slowly pour in 1 cup of this olive oil while the blade is spinning. And it's all going to just, it's going to turn into pesto. And when it's all said and done, I'll add some salt and pepper just to flavor it up there too. So I'm going to get going on that. Okay, basil leaves are going in. Sarah packed them in there pretty good. Walnuts, Parmesan cheese, garlic. It's all going to get pulverized so it can just go in whole. Here we go. Plug it in, Mama. You ready? It's gonna be noisy. Here we go. Peek at what it looks like, but I can't tell. I want to scrape the sides down. Let me grab a spatula.
How's it look?
It looks all blended together. It looks gloopy. Looks like a sauce that'll go on top of salmon and taste good. I'm going to give it one more little whiz. Add some salt and pepper. And then we're going to put it on some salmon. It's just a gloop, but it's a yummy tasting gloop. All right, I'm gonna put this on top of the salmon, and then we're gonna bake it. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees, and 12 to 15 minutes. This fish should be done, and we can eat real quick, and then keep working on pesto. We have done this in the past, where we've made the pesto and we just keep it in the freezer and then we pull it out as we need it, and it works just fine. I do have on my recipe that you can put, I think it's half a lemon. Again, I'll put that in the description box, and that'll help with the coloring and some taste there too, but I did not bother with the lemon. I don't guess it looks the most appetizing, but I'm telling you, it tastes good.
Is it the purple basil you think that makes it so dark?
I don't know. So, here, I'm going to get a different spoon and slather this around, because we'll use that some more for the rest of the batches. Alright, that'll work. We're going to get some carrots prepped, do some steamed carrots, slice up some garden tomatoes, and then have watermelon for dessert. Okay, I've got another batch ready, and this is a batch that we're just going to go ahead and put in a baggie, and it'll be sitting there waiting on us when we want more salmon pesto through the winter time. And I've taken a bag and I've labeled it pesto, approximately 2 cups, and 2023. And then I'm using, this is the container that I used for making mayonnaise, and I'm just going to use it to hold my baggie, so I don't have to recruit a child to come and hold a baggie for me. And then I'm just going to pour this in there and try not to make a mess. Try real hard not to make a mess. And then we're going to put it in the freezer. Sarah's looking closely to see if I make a mess.
If so, it's going on YouTube for all the world to see.
I've made messes on YouTube before. What was it, when I did yogurt?
I think so.
Yep, I slopped milk all over the counter when I was making yogurt.
The counter was thirsty. You're doing it a favor.
Okay, I'm gonna scrape this clean with the spatula, and we'll get this ready for the freezer. Do you want to take a guess on how many we will end up with?
Oh, okay. We just have this, and this, and this. And it's
okay, but here's the tricky part. When we run out of Parmesan cheese, we can't make any more.
Okay. Let's cup. Okay, I'm gonna say this is about 2 cups, and that might be 2-ish cups as well. So I'm going to say maybe 16.
Okay. Well, I need a good 12. I want a year's worth for us to have salmon pesto once a month.
Okay.
I want 12. And then I'll be happy.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I started making up plates, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're doing. These are some tomatoes from the garden. Just sliced them up, and we'll sprinkle some salt on them. There's some carrots that I just chopped up and steamed them for a little bit. And then this is what the salmon looks like whenever it comes out of the oven. I've already dished up one of them here, but it's just got the pesto on top. And when the salmon is flaky with a fork, you'll know it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and make up plates, and then we'll start calling everybody in to go ahead and eat. All right, we're going to get ready to eat. I've got Anna and Abigail are each taking their baths and showers. So we're missing girls, and I'm carrying a Rebecca here. Here, say hi. That wasn't very convincing. She just got out of the bathtub too. So we're going to sit down and eat, and then we will keep working on the pesto and see how much we end up with. All right, guys, it's the next day. So we ate supper last night. We got children to bed and then stayed up late to go ahead and get the rest of the pesto finished up. Andrew, if you'll look down here, we did end up getting 12 quart-sized baggies of pesto made up. There's roughly 2 cups in each baggie, which is enough for 1 batch of that pesto salmon supper dish that I showed you. We had just about the perfect amount. That big heaping basket that you saw that we had picked yesterday, this is all that was left. So Sarah moistened a paper towel and put this in the refrigerator overnight. And now she's going to get this going in the dehydrator with some more that she is picking today out in the garden. We're just trying to make as much use out of this abundance of basil as we possibly can. So, because who knows, next year we may not get this kind of harvest. I did want to show you how I placed this in the freezer. So I used some little cake pans and stacked it up to where it was all nice in a thin layer, and they stacked up nice and easy in the freezer. Now once they're frozen solid hard bricks, these are probably 80% frozen. I can still press in, they're still slightly soft, but once they are solid bricks, I'm going to take them out of my pans and just put them in my freezer that way. So we're going to go over and see what Sarah is doing with the dehydrator today, and we'll keep going on our basil harvest. Okay, so we've got this batch here that's going to go in the dehydrator today, and then Sarah has picked some more. Just a variety, the 4 different varieties that are out there, and
5.
Oh, 5 varieties?
Yeah.
All right. And she's just plucking off the leaves, and they'll go in the dehydrator today too. So we'll have pesto in the freezer and
Basil on a shelf.
basil on the shelf. So that makes me happy. Does it make you happy?
A little. The color and the smell is never quite the same. It's always better fresh, in my opinion.
All right, guys, that's it for the basil harvest here in this video. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Sarah and I would both really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. It does help. If you could also let your family and friends know about Ozark Family Homestead, it would help our family's channel grow. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sarah says bye.
Thanks for watching.